solid 10 minutes. What's the word? Dreaming with my eyes open. Daydreaming. Zoned out. As early. Today, we're just gonna do like a day in my life type of thing. I did want to share with you guys some things I read in my Bible, just kind of go over where I'm reading. As I've mentioned before, I've just been struggling these past few like 2 or 3 weeks, ever since I ended my reading plan, and just kind of feeling lost, like in limbo. And so I finally was just like, you know what? I'm waking up at 6. I'm outlining a kind of like a morning routine. I'm going to stick to it. And I'm going to do it because this is important. We need to fight the enemy. And if I'm not in the word, then if I'm not like prioritizing God, I am not going to be able to fight against this war. And like, I've been reading my Bible, but it's been such a struggle, even like dazing out, and just like, as you saw this morning, lately I've been in Exodus. We're almost towards the end, and it's actually lining up with this book that I'm reading perfectly. This is Made According to Pattern by C.W. Slumming, and it's just going over the tabernacle and the outline and all the stuff. So I just finished reading like how God is telling Moses he wants the tabernacle and the Ark of the Covenant and everything constructed, like precise detail. And that's what we've been going through in this book. This book is really good if you want to understand that better, because it is in plain English. This was written in, I want to say, the early 1900s, because he died in 1974 and he was saved at 1911. 1938. And the first American copy was in 1971, so when it came over here. So this is old. So I expected it to be like old English, very like hard to read, and just, a lot of the words that they used back then are very different from how we speak now. We don't use a lot of terms. Even the way we construct papers and correct sentences and stuff, they're not the same. A lot of things have changed. So I thought this was going to be a very hard book to read, and it is not. It is written in such plain language. It is so easy to read and understand, and he's direct, but it's not confusing. And I don't know if maybe it's like just the Lord opening my mind, or if it's just really that easy. And I'm just surprised by it, because like looking at the book, you wouldn't think that. So this is a really good book if you're wanting to know more about the tabernacle and all that stuff. He also has 2 other books. Thou Shalt Serve, which is going about the feast and the different offerings that God told the Israelites that they needed to do. And then the garments, about the stuff that the priest had to wear. So this is a really good book. I'm loving it so far. Y'all should read it. So that's kind of where I am in my Bible. And lately I've been having a lot of questions about like when I read. So I like to write them down and get them. And don't look at my hands. My nails are just like, Here in Exodus 24:7, it says, like, talking about Moses, then he took the book of the covenant and read it in the hearing of the people, and they all said, all that the Lord has spoken we will do, and we will be obedient. But I was like, what's the book of the covenant? So off to Google we go. Granted, I could have pulled out my commentaries and stuff, but that's not what we're doing. And I will say, earlier it also mentioned how Moses wrote down the words that the Lord spoke. So he was keeping a record of everything that was happening. I'm looking up different commentaries. I'm in Bible Hub. If you need an online resource that's free, Bible Hub is pretty good, because it'll pull out things from different commentaries and stuff like that. Oh. So I'm guessing it's the things that God had told him, the commandments. That's what I'm getting here. Gil's exposition of the entire Bible. And he took the book of the covenant, which contained the words of the Lord he is said to write Exodus 24:4, where it says, "And Moses wrote down all the words of the Lord. He rose early in the morning and built an altar at the foot of the mountain and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel, and consisted both of laws and judgment required for the people, to which they had given their assent and promised obedience to, and the promises made by the Lord of sending his angel before them to guide them in the way, bring them to Canaan." Okay, makes more sense. More understood. It probably wasn't a book. It was probably more like a scroll or a tablet because, figured I'd share that with you guys, just what I'm going through as I read through and think. There's just been a lot of, there's a lot more that I notice now that I read than before, because obviously, you're gonna grow more as you read, and all that stuff. I'm also eating lunch, but yeah, figured I would share this. Also, couple videos back, I did my Bible journaling video where I was adding pages into my Bible, and I had to pull them out. The paper that I used to stick the Ruth information was just so thick, it was ripping, starting to rip my Bible. And where's my little thing for this? And I was not about that. Right here, the last page was really getting beat up for it. So I want to fix that today. I found another paper stack that I had where the paper is much thinner than that one. So I try to find some that kind of all matched. So they're lemons and limes and oranges, and they match. So we'll see how much of it I can get put on. So I gotta cut all these out. And these were leftovers that I had, but they are much bigger. And they don't have the date. They're not as fancy. It's not what I wanted. But that's okay. I can write on it. Day 72, day whatever. Save the other stuff that I had did. But I'm not gonna pull them off unless they come off. So we will see. Maybe I'll send it to get printed, because I don't have ink in my printer, so I can't even print it. Maybe we'll do that, and then we'll see where the day takes us. Let me see. Sometimes I write notes of things that I want to tell you guys. Yeah, so we'll work on that Bible journaling stuff later. And yes. Good morning. It is the next day. And I'm still in yesterday's clothes. It's been, one of those weeks. But I was able to wake up today, read my Bible, get my life together, and we're going to continue this video. But look at how it looks outside. Ignore the bird poop on my window that I have to clean, but it is white outside. It did flurry last night, but there is no sun out there. But it makes for great lighting. It's way too early in the morning for this. But I read my Bible, and I'm just continuing to work on my Advent reading plan. My voice sounds weird. Okay, that's not great. I did post a poll. When was it? So 5 days, almost a week ago. And I mentioned how I was doing this for my family and friends, and I was wondering if you guys would be interested in it. Actually, since the last time I've updated it, someone has actually put, nah, I'm good. Which is fine with me. But about 60%, there's been 98% of you guys would like it. So I am going to do that for you guys and just trying to get it ready so I can get it to you guys before December. And I'm doing this different than my other plan. I'm gonna have a whole video so you guys know where to download it and everything. And I'm trying to make it pretty. That's what I was working on last night, and working on just filling in obviously now the pieces here, and just trying to be organized about it because I can wait till the last minute for everything. So hopefully this is gonna be the next video. I don't know. My schedule is all messed up. I have not been keeping track of like my personal schedule that I have for myself. If it's not the next video, it will definitely be up after that. It's going to be up before Thanksgiving. So that is my plan. Yeah, and I hope you guys enjoy it. More on it later. Oh no, it's upside down. Telling you, I've been struggling with the journaling. Let's fix it. Alright, so here I just wrote some notes from my Life Application Bible, and I just stuck it in here for chapter 32, verses 1 through 10, as you can see. And I did use one of those papers from when I did my Bible journaling fail. So, they're being used. I used the like plain ones all the time for like little notes and just things that I'm keeping track of. So that is good. Also, it's another day. Hi. I am gonna wrap up this video because I want it to go out tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do the other Bible journaling stuff because I haven't been able to print out my papers, and because those other ones are too big and I don't have ink, so I can't print here. So that'll be another day's task, but we shall see what we get into. Finishing up here, I've been making a lot of progress on my Advent reading plan, so I'm really excited for you guys to see that. So I will give you guys a little sneak peek. Like, I've shown you bits and pieces, but I will give you guys like an actual sneak peek because I'm excited, and I'll give you a little bit behind the scenes of kind of how I'm laying it out. So I completely forgot that I have Bible study tonight, so I have to catch up on some reading. This is the Christ-centered exposition, exalting Jesus in Philippians, because we are studying Philippians right now. So I'm going to read some of that, and then I will share with you guys some of the things that I'm doing for the Advent Bible reading plan for the month of December. So I wanted to share with you guys my Advent plan, so I gotta click on it so I can show you guys what I'm working on. Give you guys a little sneak peek behind the scenes look at it. Let's do that. So this is what I have for the cover page, and I just wanted it to be cute and simple, and I am using Canva and just using one of their templates because if I had to design this myself, this would have taken so much longer and I wouldn't have this out for you guys. So that's just an intro page, and this is kind of how I'm designing it for you guys. So here's the first one, and it's going to start December 1st. The word, which is what we're talking about. The verses that you guys have to read that day. And then just my little, what you call it? Just some things that I wanted to say about it. and other verses I'm pointing you guys to for that. And I have a few other days like ready. We're still working on getting everything in here, but here's like day 10, and we're looking at like when the angel appears to Joseph. And as the Advent plan goes through, we're gonna see the story of the birth of Jesus, and that is like my main thing. My thing is good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was all over the place, but that's okay. Things are like that sometimes. By the end of next week, after this video goes up, in about a week, you guys should be seeing the plan and having the free downloadable, because it is going to be free. So just trying to encourage you guys to read the Bible, to know the word, and just to grow closer to God. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one.